to be the unluckiest assassin in history. On his very first mission, a fellow assassin suddenly appeared, and even more unexpectedly, that person turned out to be the most powerful killer of all time. Today, we bring you the first episode of my status as an assassin obviously exceeds the heroes. The protagonist, Aki, is an ordinary high school student with little presence. He originally thought he would spend his school days uneventfully, but an unexpected incident changed everything. One day, a strange magic circle appeared in Aki's classroom. When his classmates opened their eyes again, they found themselves transported to a strange place. Just as everyone was wondering what had happened, a man dressed like a king appeared before them. He informed them that this world was called Moragia, and the place they were currently in was the Raids Kingdom, the largest human nation on the continent. Due to harassment by demon tribes, the Raids Kingdom used a certain secret art to summon Aki and his classmates to this world, hoping that the heroes from another world could eliminate the demons. However, there could only be one hero. To determine who it was, the king prepared a magic crystal to identify Aki and the others. Of course, they could also check their own attributes in advance by silently reciting status. After checking his status, Aki discovered that his class was not hero, but assassin. He wasn't particularly surprised by this. In a way, the assassin class suited his image more. What puzzled him, however, was that his attribute value, as an assassin, was significantly higher than those of his classmate Tsukasara, who was the hero. Proceeding with caution, Aki used the assassin's innate skill, presence concealment, to evade the king's inspection. After confirming everyone's identities, the king arranged accommodation for the group. On the way, Aki noticed that their every move was being monitored by the king, which made him suspect that the king's purpose in summoning them wasn't as straightforward as he claimed. Facts proved Aki's suspicions right. That night, using his presence concealment skill, he eavesdropped on the king's conversation. The king stated that, for their plan to proceed smoothly, Aki and the others must be prevented from entering the library and learning too much about this world. Although unclear about the specifics of the king's plan, Aki guessed it was probably nothing good. Now, a perfect opportunity to assassinate the king was right before him, but Aki ultimately couldn't bring himself to do it. After all, even if influenced by the assassin class, asking a high school student to kill someone with his own hands was still too difficult. The next day, while his classmates were reigning, Aki planned to sneak into the library the king mentioned to see if he could find any clues. However, unbeknownst to him, the night captor, Miss Lei, had already noticed him. It turned out Miss Lei's eyes could perceive temperature differences in the surroundings, allowing him to detect Aki, who was hiding his presence. For some reason, Miss Lei had no intention of exposing Aki. On the contrary, after learning that Aki's presence concealment skill was already at its maximum level, while all his other skills were still at level 1, he offered to teach Aki how to improve his other skill, although unsure of Miss Lei's motives. And after confirming that the man seemed to harbor no ill intent, Aki agreed to accept Miss Lei's training. That night, Nightgill asked Miss Lei why he was paying special attention to Aki. Miss Lei explained that this world's first-generation hero also came from Aki's world. Furthermore, to his knowledge, only that first hero had ever achieved the maximum level in presence concealment that Aki possessed. Just then, Aki found Miss Lei and interrupted their conversation. He presented a coup d'etat plan he had found in the library. Seeing this, Miss Lei no longer hid the truth and admitted that he had intentionally hidden that document in the library for Aki to find. Miss Lei told Aki that the king had gone mad, even attempting to distort the world's laws. He hoped Aki would help him dethrone the king to prevent him from making an even greater mistake. To test the results of their recent training, Miss Lei decided to take Aki and the others on an adventure to a nearby dungeon. On the way, Aki noticed a mysterious girl watching them with ill intentions. Once she realized Aki had spotted her, the girl left after saying, "The kingdom paid a great price to summon you to this world." After hunting numerous monsters in the dungeon, Aki and his classmates grew weary. Seeing this, Miss Lei prepared to lead them out. The Tsukasara remembered the smoke bombs the king had given them for evacuation. Strangely, however, the smoke bombs not only failed to work but also summoned a powerful Minotaur. Given their current strength, ordinary attacks were utterly ineffective against the Minotaur. To protect his classmates, Aki decided to stop holding back. Under the cover provided by Miss Lei, he unleashed his newly learned shadow magic. What is the true purpose behind the king summoning Aki and the others to this world? What was the price mentioned by the mysterious girl? Stay tuned to my channel for the latest updates on the new series plot developments.